Hey everybody, it's Andy, aka Max Writer. We are back with another live stream. Let me double check, make sure I can hear myself. Oh wait, I gotta actually turn the volume on over here, don't I? Yeah, it sounds like I can hear myself. Let this music play out at this level. I don't think it's gonna be too loud. So today we are playing The Lonely Road, a Call of Cthulhu solitaire adventure by John Hook for Call of Cthulhu. It's over here on the screen because this is in Protodimension Magazine number. Oh crap. I don't remember. Can I see the name? I think it's number 9. Wait, it's going to be in the title. Here we go. Yeah, Protodimension Magazine number 9. Protodimension Magazine number 9. This is a fanzine. It has been put out. This still seems a little too loud, this music. There we go. It was put out by fans, obviously, and originally for Dark Conspiracy, primarily, but then it also has other horror games, and I stumbled across this one last week when I was actually looking through a list of horror games that I had typed up to run for Halloween, and for some reason this was on that list. I don't know if it's set for Halloween, but I haven't really looked into it. I've looked at it enough to see that there is a pre-generated character. I have a 6th edition character sheet. We'll be playing 6th edition Call of Cthulhu today because this was released in 2011. Call of Cthulhu was not released until 2014, 7th edition. So in this case, we're going to be playing it with in the frame that it is supposed to be played. To be quite honest, it takes place. It looks like in the 1920s. Yeah, it's obviously 1920s, but I really have no idea what this is about. We're going to set up our character here very briefly. I got to quit looking at my own face and look at the camera. Look at the camera. I always do this because I'm used to you guys know my grief, how I feel about wanting cameras in the center of the screen so I can be looking at whoever I'm talking to directly and not looking at the camera, which is over here, and I can't really place the camera very easily and still look at my own face, or whoever's. Blah, 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 blah. We've talked about this too many times. So we are going to get started with The Lonely Road, with the introduction here and setting up our 6th edition investigator. There's the music going. We're going to pop the volume up a little bit and just leave it alone. If you want to get Protodimension Magazine number 9, these are free PDF downloads from the place where they were produced. I will be putting that information in the. Oh, you know what? I could put a link. In the chat here. I have to type it up. It's on the other computer. I wonder if it's going to ban me. Okay, Dark Conspiracy, the RPG.info, the Dark Times fanzine / Protodimensions issues. Let's save that in case this screws up. Okay, that should be a good link to if you would like to download this yourself. As I said, it's fanzine. These were given away for free. There's nothing illegal about going to the site and downloading a copy for yourself if you're so inclined, if it looks interesting to you. If you like Dark Conspiracy, I believe that was GDW, if I remember correctly, that produced Dark Conspiracy back in the 90s, I think. And I never owned that game. I was so into Dungeons & Dragons, it's ridiculous. And I had a few books for Call of Cthulhu on the side, and I've changed trends, obviously. So, let's read some of this player information. This is part of the introduction. We don't start till number 1, so let's see what it has to say. This solo adventure is set during the classic Roaring '20s era of Call of Cthulhu. Players can generate and play this adventure with any era-appropriate character type, or you could talk to your keeper. And with their blessing, you can use your 1920s era campaign character and run him or her through the solo adventure between adventures orchestrated by your keeper. Or you may use the character provided. C.J. Young, Private Investigator. This says page 10, so that's obviously a typo, because C.J. Young is on page 34. Um, it is a dark... Wait. Yeah, okay. Here's kind of an introduction, like a build-up for the actual scenario. It is a dark and stormy night as your character drives back to Arkham alone during the midnight hour on Halloween Eve. That's why it was on the list, because it's on Halloween. And we're real close to Halloween right now, so this works out. Your character's driving a 1918 Type 57 Cadillac. Ooh, 57 Cadillac. So I guess it depends on the year as to what kind of shape that car is in. Unless your character has another car that he or she would rather use. You may reasonably equip your character with gear appropriate to the era and character occupation. In addition, your character has a recent newspaper, a thermos of hot coffee, and an umbrella in the car. Okay, hold on. Let's jot this down. Newspaper, thermos, hot coffee, and what else? Umbrella. Well, I have a feeling our car is going to break down here. In the trunk of the car are a flashlight and a 2-foot-long tire iron. Flashlight, tire iron. So that'd be like a large club, I guess. See page 10 again. Oh, there's damage information for the umbrella and the tire iron. You will begin the adventure at story paragraph 1. The beginning of each story paragraph is headed by a bold number, i.e. 1. Each story paragraph ends with a note that lists the story paragraphs that continue your adventure, depending on what choices you make, or your skill check results. Skill names are listed in italics. They do them in bold now. So I've got my keeper dice, which have never been real lucky for me when I'm running as a player, but what the heck. I actually should have switched these out because I'm playing another game. Bioshock Cthulhu tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. I got to check and make sure that's still scheduled. Your skill checks will result in one of several levels of success or failure. So they're using touchdown, success, failure, and fumble. And as 6th edition, that changes from touchdown is extreme, 1/5 or less the current skill value. Success is equal to or less than current skill value. Failure is greater than the current skill value. Fumbles 96 to 100%. I don't remember in 6th edition what the fumble rules were, because I play 7th edition exclusively now. Is there not? There's got to be. Yeah, there's an index. It's all the way in the back. Is there a fumble? I'm curious. I do not see fumble listed here, but we'll use that. Some of your skill check rolls will be modified positively or negatively to compensate for the environment, injuries, and experiences. So be sure to modify your skill percentages before rolling the dice. Remember, with each successful skill check, you may mark that skill on your character sheet with a check mark. Each skill check result level is defined below, right there, that touchdown. So 1/5. So extreme success. There's no hard successes. 6th edition. Extreme success, failure, or fumble. For this adventure, you will use a modified insanity table for a more streamlined game. If during the course of play you lose 5 or more points of sanity, you will need to attempt an idea check. If you fail your idea check, then your poor mind has That's not correct. That's wrong. We're not going to do it that way. We will do it the correct way. If you succeed the idea check, your poor mind has grasped the level of truth in the world that has snapped your mind a bit. So if you have lost more than 5 sanity and have succeeded your idea check, then consult the temporary insanity table below. So it's a D10 roll: screaming, fit for 1d3 turns, choices, unable to be silent or stealthy. Laughs, cries hysterically for 1d6 turns or choices, unable to be silent or stealthy. Ombrophobia, fear of rain or being rained on for 1d10 turns, choices. Try to make choices to get out of the rain. I'm going to mispronounce this. Aculophobia or aculophobia. Fear of darkness for 1d10 turns or choices. Try to make choices that keep you out of the darkness. Yeah, and why don't I just hang out until I'm better? And hylophobia, fear of forests for 1d10 turns or choices. Try to make choices that get you out of the forest. Fair enough. We can use that chart. That's on page 35. Should you lose more than 1/5 of your total sanity during the course of this adventure, then you have gone indefinitely insane. No idea skill check is required. For indefinite insanity, roll on the temporary insanity table above, but the effects are permanent and last for the rest of the adventure. That seems awful harsh. Oh my god. Also, your first instance of Mythos-related insanity loss will add 5% to your Cthulhu Mythos skill. Oh. Well, even in the 6th edition rules, it was first time you go temporarily insane from that. So, all further mythos related insanity loss will add 1% to your Cthulhu mythos skill. We're going to stick to the actual rules, I think, as far as those two things go. At the end of the adventure, if you have survived, then you may also be rewarded with a boost to your sanity. If you've survived the adventure, then you may increase your sanity 1d10 for each mythos creature you encountered. Wow, that's a lot. Also, increase your sanity by 1d6 for any unnatural creature you encountered. And finally, increase your sanity by 1d3 for each mundane threat you encountered. That's super generous. You may also roll to see if each skill is successful used in this. You may also roll to see if each skill is successfully used. Let me move this down. I feel like I'm leaning way back. That's better. You may also roll to see if each skill successfully used in this adventure has also improved. To see if a successful skill is improved, attempt to roll greater than your current value on that skill. If you succeed in rolling greater than your current value, you may add 1d10 percentage points to that skill. Now buckle up and drive safely. So, we are playing C.J. Young. He is a private investigator. I could not find a 6th edition sheet that you could fill out on the computer. If I could have, I would have all this done right now. Let's see. So, this is 6th edition. So, strength 15. He is strong. Con of 16. That's really good. Size 12, a little above average. Intelligence 11. Whoops. I already screwed up. The order of these on this sheet in the scenario is a little weird. Intelligence 11. So, that makes my idea 55. Power 12. Ooh, that's not great. So, my luck is 60. Sanity is 60. Dex of 14. That's pretty good. Appearance of 12. A little above average. Not bad looking guy. Education 14. Wow, that's not too bad either. Sanity 60. Idea 55. Luck 60. No 70. Hit points 14. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, con and size. It determines hit points. Magic points 12. Damage bonus plus 1d4. There it is. I had a ton of these because I printed out a ton of character sheets back in the day. It doesn't say his age. We'll see if we're gonna leave it blank for now. We'll see if it kind of comes out. So, accounting is 10%. Yep, that's base. Anthropology 1, archaeology 1, art sketch 5. Okay, we'll write sketch down. It's still just 5%. Astronomy 1, bargain 75% in bargain. Holy crap. So is bargain? I think bargain's kind of like charm. I don't know if anybody's ever used bargain in any of my games ever. Let's take a look. Let's look it up real quick so I can have an idea. This is my beater copy of 6th edition. As you can tell, it's seen a lot of use. Main rule books I try to buy 2 copies of, so I can just not give a shit what happens to one, and then the other one's still in good shape. Skill of obtaining something for an agreeable price. Okay. I don't know how useful that's going to be. All right. Biology 1, chemistry 1, cooking, craft cooking. I know how to cook, but it's only 5%. Credit rating, that's important. Credit rating, 15 is base. Man, I've forgotten a lot about this game. Disguise. Disguise, he's got some points in. I got 20 in disguise. Dodge is 38. Wait, what's my dex? Dex times 2 would make that a 28, so it's 38. So some points were put into that. Drive auto 40. That's higher than base. Electrical repair 25. That's higher than base. He's got a lot of skills that are kind of all over the place. Fast talk 55. Okay. First aid 30. That's base. Geology 1. Hide 10. Oh, hide 45. Nice. Yeah, in 6th edition, hide and sneak are 2 separate things. So, history 25, 5 points there. Hide history. Jump 25 is base. Law, 55. That makes sense. I'm a PI. Library use, 25 is base. Listens, 35. Locksmith, 40. Sweet, I can pick locks. Mechanical repair, 25. So that's up 5 wonders points. Medicine, 5 base. Natural history is 10. That's base. Navigate. Oh, navigate's not on here, so I'll leave that at base. Occult, 5. That's base. Own language English is 55%. Yeah, because that's based on your intelligence. English. Persuade is 35. That's some points. Now, what am I missing in here? Okay. Operate heavy machinery they didn't include on this sheet, which is fine. Other languages they didn't include. I don't think. Pharmacy 01. That's base. Photography, 45%. Well, I should have a camera then. Pilot's not on here. Physics, 1%. Nope, psychoanalysis isn't on here either. Oh, yeah, it is, but it's on 1. Psychology, 45. Okay. Ride, 5%. Sneak, 45. Oof. Spot hidden, 35. These points are all over the place, I feel like. Swim, 25. That's base. Throws not listed, so it's base. Track is 10, base. Firearms. Handgun, 65. Oh, no. That's bad. Rifle is base at 25. Shotgun, 30. That's all base. Then we got weapons. Fist punch is 60%. It's usually got a base of 50. I'm going to assume all the other things are base. 25, 10, and firearms. Oh, wait a minute. Tire iron. Let's put that on the character sheet. And umbrella. So a tire iron's base is 25%. It does 1d8 plus damage bonus. My damage bonus being plus 1d4. Base range. It doesn't say how many hands. We'll just leave that blank. It's probably 2. It's touch. Number of attacks, 1. Hit points, 20. The umbrella is also base 25. 1d2 plus damage bonus. That's worse than using my fists, because I think a fist does a d3. Attacks per round, 1. Damage, 3. And then I have a 45 semi-automatic pistol, so the 1911. My percentage in the pistol is 65. Damage is... No, it's 65. Or is it 60? No, it's 65. Damage is d10 plus 2. Base range is 15 yards. Number of attacks is 1. Hit points, 8. We're going to have to look up how many... I believe it's... Is it 7? Let's find the 45 here in this 6th edition book. Okay, that's right. I've gotten so used to 7th edition. In 7th edition, they've reprinted all the weapons in the back. It's very handy and very useful. Ooh, sorry about that. That was very loud. Now, why are you doing this? Oh, I was getting the Protodimension Magazine link. Alright, so malfunction for the 45 automatic is going to be 00, which will mean a jam. And bullets in the gun, 45 automatic is 7 bullets in gun. 7 shots. Let's see what we got on the back of this thing. Investigator name, residence, personal description, family and friends. Episodes of insanity, wounds and injuries, marks and scars, history, gear. We can add the stuff that I already wrote down, gear. So 1918 Type 57 Cadillac. Hopefully it's a hard top. A newspaper. A thermos of coffee. An umbrella. And then in the trunk is a flashlight and a tire iron. Cash on hand and stuff I don't think is going to be that important. We can quick figure it out. Again, trying to get my mind around 6th edition again. Occupations. Let's find the credit rating. Credit rating. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if they actually have a list of how much cash you make every year on credit rating. Let's look it up. See if it's listed as anywhere else in the book. Or if it's even listed in this. It's not. How about cash? Nope. Alright, we're not going to worry about it. It probably won't come into play. So I'm CJ Young. Private investigator. Let's make him 25. Why not? And good looking young guy. He's okay looking. And so, alright. So there's CJ Young. He's all ready to go. Hopefully. We will find out. We're going to move the rules back over here. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go into the Lonely Road. So here we start the Lonely Road. Thunder rumbles in the distant black sky. Your windshield wipers swipe and click a rhythmic pattern as you trundle along a lonely road back to Arkham. The rain is steady, but not torrential. Alright, we're from Arkham. Oh, that's not my birthplace, though, I bet. Alright, doesn't matter. Very little water leaks through the seams of your windows. Hold on, let's look up this car. 1918 Type 57 Cadillac. Let's say it's 1920, unless the scenario tells us different. 1918 Type 57 Cadillac. There we go. Oh. Okay, so this is not a hardtop. It looks like you would kind of think a Model T looks, but nicer. 4-door. Probably could fit about 6 passengers. That's the Type Victoria. It's a Tourer, so it's got a soft top. It's a soft top. Nice looking car. You take a moment to check your timepiece. My watch. Oh, wait a minute. Can I buy other stuff? I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to take what they gave us. We'll do luck checks if we need to get anything else. You take a moment to check your timepiece and see it's nearly midnight. You estimate that you are still an hour and a half away from reaching your destination. This is turning into a very long night and a very long drive. It's Halloween Eve. I don't know if that means it's Halloween night, if it's October 31st or 30th, question mark. The pale yellow light from your headlights barely cuts into the night. An occasional flash of lightning helps illuminate the lonely, narrow forest road you're on. Tall, dark conifers and evergreens curtain both sides of the road. Your car rocks a little as the wind picks up, and your thermos bumps up against your thigh. You begin to juggle between steering the car and opening your thermos. Why? Why would I do that? As you try to pour yourself another small cup of coffee. You thank your lucky stars for the all-night diner you passed 15 miles ago so you could refill your thermos and finally get a copy of today's Arkham Gazette. Better late than never. With 3 gulps, you're able to empty your cup of warm coffee. You're juggling between steering your car and sealing your thermos closed when a flash of lightning illuminates the road ahead again. A deer has leapt in front of your car. Make a drive auto skill check at -5% due to the rain. Alright, so our drive auto is 40, so we have to get a 35 or less. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh, 94 is a fail. Alright, we got a failure. Let's go to 3. Looks like we're going to hit a deer. You slam on the brakes and crank the steering wheel over to the right. The deer leaps away, back into the safety of the dark woods. Oh, we didn't hit him? Yeah, 3 is a failure. Your car skids off the road into the soft, muddy ditch. You come to a sudden and abrupt stop, slamming your chest against the steering wheel. Additionally, a loud metallic crack echoes through the cabin of the car. Take 1 hit point of damage. Bugger. Alright, hit points. We're down to 13. That's not too bad. Thunder and lightning punctuate your predicament. You catch your breath and then exit the car with umbrella in hand. You retrieve your flashlight from the trunk. So the trunk's actually going to be, I'm betting. Hold on, I'm going to look this up again. 1914. Oh, 18. Type 7 Cadillac. Let's see. There's no trunk on this car. There's tires tied to the back, it looks like. So it's probably actually in the back seat. Yeah, there's no trunk on this car. Hold on. I suppose there could be some storage space under the back seat. Maybe, but yeah, there's no trunk on this car. So these things are tucked under the back seat. Um, Sorry, I like stupid little details like that. Where was I? You retrieve your flashlight from the back seat and begin looking for the source of the crack sound. With no effort whatsoever, you find the source. Your front right wheel is nearly lying flat upon the grass because it has broken free from the axle. Okay. I have tires on the back of this car. I do not think I have extra wheels. That is bad. Let's see these photographs. There's not a real good photograph of the back of the car, which is a little annoying. Come on, guys. Come on, give me extra wheels. Then I can fix it and just be done with this scenario. Yeah. All right. So that's not good. You're in the middle of nowhere in a thunderstorm without transportation or help of any kind. You search your car and take stock of what you have available. You have your flashlight, umbrella, thermos, newspaper, tire iron, just in case. Shove that in my belt. Oh, that's not comfy. And a few other personal items. Got my wallet, got my watch, my pistol is in a. You're sitting in the car as you ponder your options. Well, we can wait in the car for a while. We can walk further down the road, or down the road back in the direction which we came. These are all terrible. I guess we'll head further down the road. Um, it doesn't do any good to just sit and wait in the car. I don't want to spend the night here, particularly. I don't even know where I am. Somewhere in Massachusetts, but that's it. So we're going to head down the road. So we're heading for 6. You gather your gear and start walking down the dark road. Your umbrella is tipped forward to shield you from the rain as you walk into the wind. Your flashlight illuminates a small patch of ground before you. In real life, I probably would have just sat in the car. Well, no, if I broke the wheel off the car in real life, I'm not fixing that. That's not going to be fixed. Maybe. That's too much damage. Occasionally you look over your shoulder to see if another car is approaching, but it's been more than an hour since you've seen another car on this road. You've been walking for more than a half an hour. You see something on the side of the road ahead of you. You approach and find a wooden post with a mailbox mounted on top. The mailbox just has a single number 9 painted on the side. You see a dirt driveway, currently a slick, muddy driveway, leading off into the woods. You can't see the house from the road, or at least you can't see it in the middle of the night in the rain. Okay. Number 9. Next, if you choose to look for the house, go to 10. If you choose to continue walking down the road, go to 11. We're going to go to the house. It's a terrible idea in Call of Cthulhu, but maybe they have a telephone. You walk into the woods, following alongside the muddy driveway. The driveway is long. After 20 yards, it turns left and continues for another 10 yards before you finally see a large, dark barn. Beyond the barn, you see an old, dilapidated 2-story house. Both the house and the barn are located in a clearing in the woods that is just long enough to accommodate the 2 buildings. You see a flickering light, most likely a candle, in one of the upper story windows of the house. If you choose to investigate the barn, go to 17. If you choose to investigate the house, go to 18. We will go to the house. 18. I just started reading 11. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. You run across the open expanse between the trees and the barn. The house is an old 2-story house in disrepair and in desperate need of a paint job. The front porch looks rickety. You suspect that the floorboards of the porch will squeak quite loudly if you were to get up on the porch. You head around the back of the house? Why? All right. And you see a short set of steps up to the back door. And you see some doors on the ground that most likely lead to the cellar. You listen, but you don't hear any noises from the house. If you choose to try the back door, go to 34. I can't knock? I'd like to just knock on the door. Um, if you choose to try the cellar door, go to 35. Well, let's try the back door, I guess. I don't know why I'm sneaking around this house like... You creep up the steps and try the doorknob. The door's unlocked and swings open with a whisper of a creak. Inside, you see a dark and dingy kitchen. There's a small table in the room and an open, dark doorway on the other side of the room. You silently enter the kitchen. The kitchen counters and sink are piled with dirty dishes. Some look very old and moldy, while others look much fresher. There's an icebox on the wall next to the open doorway. Okay, so my options are to check the icebox, enter the next room, or change my mind and go back outside. I forgot to mention when we started, this scenario is only 30 pages long. Most likely this is going to be a short stream as we work our way through it and get killed. I doubt I'm going to run it more than once, but we'll see. Alright, so we're on 34. I guess my guy just is nervous about knocking on doors, because I just would have knocked. Let's enter the next room. I'm not going to go through these people's like icebox. So we're going to go to 64. 64. The next room is dark. As you enter and pan your light around, you see a set of stairs up to the second floor. We're just going to walk up on whoever lives here and just like, hey, how's it going? This doesn't make a lot of sense. You see a set of stairs up to the second floor, the door to the front porch, and an open doorway to another room, and group of chairs and small tables. This is obviously the front parlor room. Make a spot hidden check. Let's see. So spot hidden is only a 35. 91 is a fail. So a failure takes us to 85. You quickly pan your light around the room, but find nothing of interest. You weigh your options. If you go out the front door, you might be heard on the rickety old porch. Why are we sneaking around somebody's house? This scenario doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you go upstairs, there could be someone up in the room where the candle was lit, but you'd like to avoid any encounters, if at all possible, leaving you with only a couple of choices remaining. Okay, we don't want to see if somebody's home. I guess no lines are going to the house, so they have no telephone. These people can't probably help. If you choose to, so I can choose to go to the next room, or we can choose to leave back through the kitchen. If I don't want to encounter any people, this makes no sense. Let's go back out through the kitchen. Let's get out of here. If for some reason I don't want to meet anyone, you've had enough. Quickly, you exit the house through the kitchen and leap from the back door into the yard. If you choose to check out the cellar, go to 35. If you choose to head back to the road, go to 86. I guess we're going back to the road. I mean, had enough of what? It's not like I went into the kitchen and found a head in the icebox or something. I feel like there's no reason for me to be so worried about this. You escape! What did I escape? You run for the road so you can alert the authorities to what you've seen back here in the woods. You hear something behind you. What did I see? You suspect that you're being pursued. You get turned around. You can't find the road. You run blind through a maze of... This is going to be done in like the next 5 minutes. You run blind through a maze of trees and bushes because the canopy of leaves overhead is so thick it blocks out what little moonlight. It's raining. There's no moonlight. Was able to peek through the storm clouds. Your legs are about to give out when suddenly the ground falls away from you and you tumble through the air. It's with a heavy smack that knocks the wind from your lungs when you land in the river. The river's swollen and raging due to the heavy rains. Make a swim check. I don't have any points in swim. 25%. 33. That's a fail. All right. So 86 betrayed us. If it's a failure, go to 81. You drown. 81. That's it. You're dead. You thrash around the water as the raging river drags you faster and faster and further downstream. Your mind spins as up is down and down is up. You gulp a lungful of water and then another. Your legs become as heavy as iron as your body is dragged to the bottom of the river. Your body thrashes in your final moments as your oxygen-starved brain drowns at the bottom of the river. Welcome to the great beyond. You are dead. The end. All right. What the hell was that? That is the worst one I have ever played. Um, so CJ's dead. That was super fast. CJ dead. Holy crap. That took us what, 15 minutes? All right, CJ drowned. So, what the hell? And then he wakes up from behind the wheel of his car. Oh! Yeah, we could probably do that. This was all just a dream. As CJ was driving down the road. So then he crashes. Um, yeah, that was way too short. Um, let's go back to number one. So CJ's not dead. He wakes up from this terrible dream. Is how we're gonna play this since that was so fast. Um, that made no sense. And CJ was, as he sits there in his wrecked car with the snapped axle, he says to himself, "That's crazy," because CJ's not really a private investigator. CJ's a criminal. He masks himself as a private investigator, and that's what he should have been right from the beginning: a burglar, a criminal, trying to get away from the cops. So it makes sense that he doesn't want to run into anybody, because that's who he really is. He dreamt he dreamt that he was a private investigator, but he's really a criminal. He's got $10,000 in the car, and he was trying to get away from the scene of this robbery earlier tonight. Oh no! And he fell asleep behind the wheel on his way to Arkham. He's going to lie low in Arkham. He's got a friend there. So this makes sense. So the dream didn't make any sense because he's a private detective. He'd go and knock on the front door, blah blah blah. So now he is. We're going to keep um, the crash. We've taken a point of damage. We're in the middle of nowhere. CJ can't stay in the car. So first thing we're doing is we're grabbing the bags of money that we stole from the First National Bank is back in Maine. We robbed a bank in Maine. We're heading south. And the car's wrecked. That's bad. There's no way to move it off the road. So I guess we'll leave it here. Um, I, I don't know if the cops in Maine had a description or not, but we will pull out the screwdriver set and we will remove the license plates from the car. And those are going to get buried in the woods. And then we're going to head down the road. We've got to find a car to steal or something like that. We got to get to Arkham. Yeah, this makes much more sense than private investigator heading for Arkham. Um, so dream. All right, that was just a dream. So we're starting at, let's see. So 1, 3, 6. Yeah, we're still going to go the same route. We're going to walk down this road. Um, walk in half an hour. It's very unnerving to see a mailbox with a single number 9 painted on the side, just like in our dreams. But nobody was in the house in the dreams. With the dirt driveway, slick and muddy, leading off into the woods. Can't see the house from the road. This might be perfect. It's half an hour away. I should have probably headed back the other way. That would have been a way to totally do something different. We're going to go look for the house. So that's going to be the same. We're going to find this clearing in the woods with a house and a barn. Um, and we're going to look in the barn first. If there's a car, we can just jack it. We can steal the car and be on our merry way. So instead of 18 going to the house, we're going to go to 17, and this time we're going to check the barn. Pondering my dreams, I'm like, why was I so scared in this house? I didn't see anything. But I guess In my dreams, I was an private investigator, but in real life, I'm a burglar. You run across the open expanse between the trees and the barn. The large barn door is already open, just wide enough for you to slip inside. The barn is warm and dry inside. You can hear some animals snorting and breathing. The wooden floor has a thick layer of hay. Using your flashlight, you can see several stalls and large shadowy shapes within most of the stalls. The shapes are cows. A quick count reveals 8 cows. You also see about a dozen chickens sleeping in the hay. Due to the late hour, all the animals are quite docile. Make a listen check. All right. So CJ's listen is a 35. Not very good. I got a 72, which is a fail. So success, go to 31. Extreme, 31, 32. The failure sends me to 33. 33. You're about to leave the barn when you think you hear something outside. You're not sure what, if anything, you heard. Okay, I do not want to go outside and check out the sound. I could exit through the back door and avoid the sound, or hide in the barn. Let's exit the back door to avoid the sound. That takes us to 61. Uh-oh. That might be the farmer. Maybe he heard me walking around out here. You exit the barn through the back door and head over to the house. The house is an old 2-story house in disrepair and in desperate need of a paint job. The front porch looks rickety. You choose to avoid the front porch in favor of silence. This is a lot like one of the other entries. Wow, but I've not been at 61 before. Interesting. You head around the back of the house. You see a short set of steps up to the back door, and you see some doors on the ground that most likely lead to the cellar. Oh. By the way, the bags of money I also buried in the woods. Near the car, not too far from the car. But near a boulder or some kind of a weird tree, so it'd have a good landmark. Crap, there's nothing here I want. They don't have a car, that's no good. I can't stay here. Let's, This house looks just like the house from my dreams, which is weird. So let's try the back door. That takes me to 34. So now we're back to numbers that I've seen before. You creep up the steps and try the doorknob. The door's unlocked. It swings open with a whisper of a creak. Inside, you see a dark and dingy kitchen. There's a small table in the room and an open dark doorway on the other side of the room. You silently enter the kitchen. The kitchen counters and sink are piled with dirty dishes. Some look very old and moldy, while others look much fresher. There's an icebox on the wall next to the open doorway. Okay, this is weird that it looks just the same as my dream. But we're going to go check out the icebox and see if there's any food in there. You go to the icebox and turn the latch to open the door. You swing the door open and shine your light inside. Your stomach turns at the horror inside. You see a blood-stained paper wrapped around what you assume to be slabs of meat, glass jars of various internal organs, and a child-sized head sitting on a wire rack. Make a sanity check. I have a 60 sanity. What? 98. Son of a bitch. God, my dice are hating me. Where was I? 63. If your skill check results in a success, lose a sanity. If your skill check results in a failure, lose 1d3 sanity. 2 points of sanity. If you choose to shut the icebox and continue to the next room, go to 64. If you choose to run away and leave the house, go to 65. We went to 65 before. Didn't we? No, we didn't. We went elsewhere. Okay, I'm going to take my gun out. I closed the freaking icebox. I don't know if there's anything in this house that we could actually use. There's a freaking kid's head in there. Okay. Let's go to the next room. Wait. Oh, okay, I thought it said the end. I was like, haven't I been here before? Yeah, we've been to 64. The next room is dark. As you enter and pan your light around, you see a set of stairs up to the second floor. The door to the front porch and the door to the front porch, an open doorway to another room, and a group of chairs and small tables. This is obviously the front parlor room. Make a spot hidden check. Now, I remember this room from my dream too. Come on. 51 is another fail. So, failure sends us to 85. I have a feeling this is just going to be super short because if we die again, then we're done, I think. You quickly pan your light around the room but find nothing of interest. You weigh your options. If you go out the front door, you might be heard on the rickety old porch. If you go upstairs, it could be someone in the room where the candle was lit, and you'd like to avoid any encounters if at all possible, leaving you only a couple of choices remaining. Check out the next room at 94 or leave back through the kitchen, 95. We're going to go to 94. Leaving through the kitchen means I'm falling in the river again, so that turned out poorly for me last time. You go into the next room and find a dark hall. There are two doors in the hall, one halfway down the corridor and another at the end of the hall. We can choose to investigate the first door halfway down the hall or go to the end. We're going to go to the first door at 98. Behind the door is an old stairway leading down. This is a weird house, man. You slowly descend the stairs into what must be the cellar. The smell down here is horrific. It takes all your effort not to run out for a fresh breath of air. You hear a slight tinkling of metal, possibly chains. You creep deeper into the cellar, plying your flashlight back and forth. Suddenly, you find the chains and the source of the smell. The chains hang from the ceiling. Each chain ends in a large hook, and on each hook is a large chunk of meat that is drying out and curing. You cover your nose and mouth. I pull out a handkerchief. Oh, God. No, I pull out that freaking bandana I used to rob the bank. You cover your nose and mouth as you start to move forward. Then I draw my gun. But you see something that stops you dead in your tracks. From one of the hooks hangs a nude torso of what must have once been a child. The missing head, arms, pelvis, and legs make identification of the child impossible. Make a sanity check. All right, our sanity is down to a 58. What is this place? 53, success! That's awesome. Success results in the loss of 1, and failure is 1d3, so we lost 1 point of sanity. Gah! If you continue to move through the cellar, go to 100. If you turn around and run out of the cellar, go to 95. Okay, 95 is bad. If I go to 95, I'm going to drown. We're going to continue moving through the cellar. Oh my God, my gun is in my hand. What is this place? I actually have a toy gun I could use for this. It will probably take a few minutes to find, so I'm not going to bother. You hold your breath as you move further into the cellar. You get a bad feeling the longer you're here. You decide to get out of here so you can alert the authorities. Well, with an anonymous phone call. Suddenly you find a set of stone steps leading up to what you suspect is the backyard. You sprint up the stairs so you can run back to the road. You crest the stairs and stop dead cold. You are face to face with a huge man in coveralls. He has a double-barrel shotgun leveled at your gut. My gun is in my hand. He caught you by surprise. You stand there speechless for a second. When the silence is broken by twin blasts of thunder, make 2 shotgun, both barrel. No, well, this is not fair. 2 both barrels attacks against yourself. If you're dead, your soul is gone to the great beyond. If you're still alive, you may continue. What's this guy's shotgun? I'm giving a minimum of 30%. This guy has 2 chances of hitting me. Boom, boom. 30% chance each. Now I'm rolling as the keeper. This is bad. An 86 misses. And a 62 misses. 86, 62. Even at point blank range, which in 6th edition doubles your chances of hitting. Miss. Whiff. If you choose to run for the woods so you can escape, go back to the road, go to 86. If you choose to run back into the cellar, go to 89. I would love to shoot this guy. Oh, that's 100. That's the last entry. Okay. No, 86 just drowns me. We're going to go back to the cellar. I'm going to rush back down into the cellar, gun in hand. What did I say, 89? You turn to leap back into the cellar, but you slip on the wet ground as you tumble head over heels down the stone steps that lead into the cellar. That's bullshit. I should get a roll for that. Your head smacks with a resounding thud. You hear bones break. That's it. We're done. This is, I see, the end. So we'll be ending the stream very early today, everybody. Um, you can hear bones break in your skull. Take 1d6 plus 2 points of damage, and you are knocked unconscious. Well, this is a terrible one. I only took 3 points of damage. I was at 13, so I'm 10. You wake some time later. Time has no meaning for you now. You've been stripped nude as your wrists and ankles are chained and holding you down on a large wooden table. You can hear a blade being sharpened somewhere in the darkness, past your vision. A tear rolls down your cheek as a large man returns holding a butcher knife, and as he silently begins to carve into you, your mind is welcome into the great beyond. You are dead. The end. Alrighty. Yeah, this is bad. Uh, wow. I couldn't fight that guy. Because I would have shot his ass. And my pistol's a 65%. I probably could have put at least one bullet into him. So I might have actually been able to do something, but you're not given that option. The options are really, really minor. All right, what happens if I continue walking down the road? Um, Make a spot hidden. Let's say we made it. There's a tree walking out into the road ahead of you. So there's a dark young. Good God. That comes for me. You can run down the road or into the woods. This is basically hell on earth. Um, so there's a house full of cannibals, apparently, or a dark young. Wow. And there's a picture here, like the picture at the intro, of a werewolf or something in this house. What would have happened if I had not gone in the cellar? What was that, 94? Was that the hallway? Two doors. If you choose the second door at the end of the hallway, 99. There's a foul odor. It's a water closet. The septic system is backed up. Gross. You can go to the other door. There's not a lot. I mean, this is really short, so I guess I shouldn't have expected much. Um, there's a ghost. There's a little girl. Weird. Okay, I think you're gonna die. No matter what happens, I don't think there's any like good endings to this at all. Like you're just out in the woods and now you're dead. So, The Lonely Road. That was interesting, but not great. So, there's only 100 entries, despite it being 30 pages long. The print is fairly large. There's spaces between every paragraph, but they still indent. Don't understand that at all. Uh, so, that's probably the most disappointing one I've dealt with. And a lot of things are cut and dry as far as like they should have listed. They do list some monsters here. Werewolf, jeez. Um, there's the dark young cannibal. Double barrel shotgun. Why couldn't I fight that guy? Um, he gets a point, thick body, and denim coveralls. Give him a 1 point tough hide. Yeah, but a D10 plus 2. How many hit points has this guy got? Where's his hit points? 11 to 13. So, there's a chance I could have killed that guy. But then, what do? You can run away and then fall in the river. I think you're just doomed. This is just, you're gonna die. Every ending is death. Maybe. I mean, I could be mistaken, but. Yeah. Yeah, that was disappointing. Usually, at least there's a little more to it. But again, 100 entries. I believe. Let's look up. Let's look up the other short one that we played. Where's my list? Here we go. Um, Thing in the Darkness. That was in Fantasy Gamer. Hold on one sec. Let's just see how many entries each one of these have. This could be interesting. Where's my downloads? That's Fantasy Gamer because I purchased a PDF of this. Let's take a quick look at the Thing in the Darkness. Here we go. So Thing in the Darkness has, these are very short entries, and it has got 182 entries. The other short one that was in the magazine would have been from Beit Al Azif magazine, Overdue. And when I purchased the hard copy of that, I got the PDF for free. Update digital. Here we go, version 4. Let's turn off scrolling and go zoom to page level. Where is it? It's towards the middle of the magazine. I should have just clicked on the table of contents because they have hyperlinks or whatever they're called inside, so it'll just jump you where you need to go. Here we go. Overdue. Let's see actually how many. Overdue only has 50 entries, and it still took us longer to play Overdue than this one. And I guess the next shortest one would have been Alone in Halloween has 666 entries. That thing is massive. Alone Against the Flame. I don't remember. It was still pretty good size. It was over 300 entries, I think. At least over 200 for sure. Alone Against the Dark has a ton. It's huge. Alone Against the Windig is a little shorter, but yeah. So Overdue had fewer entries, but it still lasted longer, I believe, than this one. This was ridiculously short, and it looks like most of the entries end in doom. So that was a bit of a disappointment. I liked the start. I liked you're in a car wreck, and you're lost in the rain. That's great. That's nice and creepy, but it doesn't look like there's any way to actually win. It doesn't look like there's any way to actually really fight anybody. Because I think I was at 98. Where was the redneck on the steps? This is to continue moving through the cellar. Go to 100. There's the redneck. There's no mention of fighting. You could just try to escape through the cellar. If we tried to get to the road at 86, you escape. You run for the road. But then you end up in the river. If we succeeded, you thrash in the water, the river calms, and there's the only survival technique you can make. You run away, but you make your swim check, and swim is base at 25%. So the dice are 75% likely to kill you. So, I mean, I might have made bad choices, or whatever, but okay. And I mean, it's only 100 entries. It's pretty much cut and dried. You're probably gonna die. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Um, so that was a little disappointing, but that's okay. Very, very brief return to 6th edition Call of Cthulhu. Like I said, I stumbled across this when I was looking at my Halloween list, and this was obviously on Halloween, or it says Halloween Eve, so I'm assuming I'm going to claim it. I'm going to say it was on Halloween. And the first part will be a dream. Will be a dream sequence where I was dreaming that I was I don't know how I'm going to write this one up even. But yeah, it's going to make for a very short role-playing journal. But that is The Lonely Road by John Hook from Protodimension Magazine number 9. in, let's figure out when this is, the summer of 2011. And I guess we're just going to end early today. Next week we will start Alone Against the Frost, which is the 7th edition um, update of Alone Against the Wendigo. That's from 2019. This one is out of order because I just found it. Again, if anybody who is watching any of these knows of any other solitaire scenarios, please let me know. I've played Alone Against the Wendigo, Alone Against the Dark, The Thing in the Darkness, Alone on Halloween, Alone Against the Flames, Alone Against the Dark again. The starting 7th edition was Alone Against the Flames, and the Alone Against the Dark, not remake, the update. Then we played Overdue from 2018, and then we were kind of bouncing back to play The Lonely Road because I just discovered it. I have also in the past played Grimrock Isle. I did not put that up online, but eventually the audio of that will be going up on my Patreon. There's a link in the description below. Again, if you have an interest in Protodimension Magazine, it's got ideas. It's got a lot of neat things. This was a cool idea. I liked the concept of, because you're kind of stuck going into the scenario. Um, I guess we could take a quick look at what could have been if we continue on up the road. Say, if you choose to walk further down the road, 6, and then if you choose to look at the house, you choose to continue walking is 11. Oh, that's when you run into the frickin' Dark Young, though. So there's drums in the woods, apparently. If you continue walking up the road, if you wait in the car, let's go to 5. Um, if you skill check, say we made it the spot hidden, would take us to 8. A parade of lights going by in the deep woods. Oh my God, that's terrifying. People carrying lanterns. Then you got a bunch of choices here. Um, you can follow the lights. Um, if you don't follow the lights, make a con times 3. A success will take you where? You resist falling asleep. Then you see a little girl with a nightgown. There's the ghost. Um, I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff that can happen, but I felt very boxed in. Once I went in the house, it was just like, well, you can leave the house. And at one point, it didn't make any sense. If you want to get out of this house of horrors, it's a nasty house. Um, I was wait. Oh, if I hid in the barn, there's a freaking guy with a double barrel shotgun. If you choose to attack the man now, go to 83. So if I'd hid in the barn, then I could have shot this sucker. There's Oh, this is 83. They don't have a number. They skipped a number there. That's okay. Um, if you choose to continue fighting, go to 93. Um, what if you win? If you're dead, yeah, it doesn't say what happens if you win the fight. There's a lot of like stuff left out, and I guess you have to backtrack to wherever you were last. Uh, oh, that's the little girl's head. The little girl ghost. That's her dead. Okay, okay, that makes some sense. That's interesting. So these people murdered this poor little girl and chopped her up, and they're gonna eat her. I would really like to have had a chance to beat these people. Um, yeah, so that was interesting, but it is really, really short. So if you play it, try something different than I did because I made poor choices. I feel like. So anyway, we've only been streaming for about an hour, but I think we're gonna wrap the stream up because I don't want to go into a different thing and I don't have anything prepared. Character sheet's not printed out for Alone Against the Frost. Don't have the right thing out. So CJ Young, who was actually a bank robber, um, dreaming that he was a private investigator for Call of Cthulhu 6th edition, died pretty horrifically. Um, dreamt that he drowned and then was chopped to pieces. What a terrible end. And eaten by cannibals, apparently. So, yeah. Wow. Anyway, wait, I do want to check. What happens if you follow the lantern people? Choose follow the lights. Go to 14. Oh my god, this is huge. They've got a bonfire in the woods. There's drummers. There's a statue with iron rings. They drag a woman over. Wait. Oh god. Okay, so this is a human sacrifice. If you choose to save the bound woman, go to 25. What happens then? Uh, oh, they don't try to stop you. If you try to save her, that's bad. Oh no, and then tentacles whip out. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I like that actually. Um, ooh. So there's a lot of nasty endings here. Oh wow. Okay. So we're gonna wrap the stream up. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me actually check and see if I can raid anybody. I haven't done this in forever. I think it's creator dashboard. Stream manager. Let's see if anybody is. Who have I got? People. People playing like Hunt Showdown. Nobody's doing anything that's like. Um, tabletop RPGs. Here's some people doing tabletop RPGs. Huh. Interesting. Let's see what they're playing. Oh wow. These people have an actual. There's like a
Sei lá, a gente precisa. Você tem aquele livro ainda dos contos aí com você?
Oh, it's not in English.
Livro dos contos?
No, that one's not in English. So who's this? In Willis. In Wills. They are playing. What are you guys playing?
Parried and attacked. Okay, then yeah. Sorry, and then you
I can't tell what they're playing.
No, you didn't parry. Yeah, you.
right.
I wish I could make this
attacking.
bigger.
Yeah. So you can have a special hit location damage.
How about you?
Heroic
special
points. It's probably just D&D. All right, I don't think we're gonna raid anybody simply because. Oh wait, there's more here. Diamond Dust. He is starting soon. It looks like. No, I can't tell what they're playing either. See, I wish they had the tabletop RPGs broken down a little bit more into. Because like if I could find somebody playing Call of Cthulhu, I would definitely go for it. But the tabletop RPGs are just generic. And we're getting it. Why am I getting an ad first? This is crap. A 30-second ad. Okay, we're not going to worry about this. Yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. This was The Lonely Road, where we did not last very long. So we're gonna go. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to y'all next time.